So, Suicidal Tendencies Candies. You know that band?
Yes.
Drive Thru Metal band. Suicidal Tendencies.
He just wanted a Pepsi, bro. That's all he wanted was a Pepsi, though. Why are we getting candy? I want Pepsis. Like, fuck, dude. I don't know why, but we're recording right now.
Oh, hi.
Whatever. That's all B-roll. Whenever you're ready, just like before, introduction.
Be Real is here or where?
Shit. I wish. He's a fun guy. So same thing, introduction, Mike the manager,
Yeah. Okay.
who you managing and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And then we'll get into the questions.
Okay.
Right? Whenever you're ready. You're gonna get
I am Mike Odd, the manager of Mac Sabbath. And here we are at Riot Fest.
And so for anybody who's seeing you for the first time or who have never seen Mac Sabbath, as their manager, how could you describe Mac Sabbath in one sentence?
One sentence. Is a run-on sentence okay?
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like if like you had these fast food mascots, right? These cuddly, friendly fast food mascots that are, of course, slaughtering animals and doing horrible things to them and serving them to children. And then they get inspired by the music of Black Sabbath and turn against the horrible company that's doing this and spend their lives on the road trying to deliver this anti-fast food message, as they have been mutated into like sort of caregivers of rock and roll.
Hell yeah. That's it. Hey, I like that better than a simple sentence. Thank you for that. And riot crowds love spectacles.
Right.
What moment do you feel like you're set apart others with that spectacle? I mean, you big spectacles, but what do you feel as the manager? What was the moment on that set?
Well, I was actually surprised how many Mac Sabbath fans were here. I think it was very evident that I mean, we don't usually play for that many thousands of people at once, but so it was shocking to me how everybody seemed like they were so into it. But the thing that Mac Sabbath always plays Mac Sabbath songs.
Yeah.
And so they decided to do the Black Sabbath version of Paranoid, and you can hear the entire audience singing along, for the Ozzy tribute. And that's just something I think that no one expected, and is really moved the crowd.
Yeah, to move the band too, I bet. Yeah. So that's great.
Yeah.
So with the stage show famously over the top, what's one prop or gag that sets it all apart?
Well, I think it's interesting when Ronald pulls that 8-foot straw out of his pants.
Yeah.
Because everybody's very confused on how he does that, but then he manages to drink from the straw as well. So it's that's when it really hits home that it's a functional straw.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like it's a 1-2 punch.
Yeah. I like the straw one too. I like that one. I also like the chicken nugget vision.
Oh, right.
That entire aspect of the chicken nugget vision when he puts it in his eyes and says that.
Yes.
I thought that was just so great.
I thought very William Castle.
Yeah. I love that. And how do you guys balance from keeping it a fun show to a serious show?
Well, I don't think that the show comes off very serious. I think that if you want to be serious about it and really get the serious message, you have to delve into the lyrics and kind of do that yourself.
Right.
The show doesn't come off preachy or serious or anything like that. It's just pure entertainment is what it is.
It's like you should know what you're getting into when you come in front of a stage with Mac Sabbath. I love that.
Or hopefully you don't. No spoilers.
Yeah, and if you don't know, then it's going to be a really good treat, in my opinion. Really good treat.
Yeah. That's what's really amazing is you can watch the faces of people that have never seen it before.
Right.
And every single person that hasn't seen it before, whether they be a promoter, a club owner, a manager, an agent, they all are a fan. They all come up to me and say, I had no idea it was going to be like this. They're like, I
Right.
watched it. I thought I knew what it was, but I didn't know it was going to be like this. So you really have to see it live. That's the thing.
Definitely do. That
Yeah.
means that anybody who's watching this and wasn't able to see you live, they just
Yeah.
really need to fucking follow you
Yeah.
and
Just,
see you live.
yeah. Just feel bad right now.
Feel bad for missing out, man. Guilt, guilt, guilt.
Yeah. The
So,
FOMO meter is just,
so do you feel like the cue for that you felt like the crowd was with the band was the Black Sabbath tribute?
yeah,
That was like
it
the
was really
big cue
amazing.
for you guys.
Yeah.
That's beautiful,
Yeah.
man. So I've been asking everybody this. Every tour throws curveballs. What was a curveball that came at you that you were able to grab midway and throw right back to the universe?
I don't know. A tour is a curveball.
It definitely is. Yeah, yeah.
I don't
You
know.
were able to throw that curveball back at them, I
Oh,
feel like.
I'll tell you one thing that happened was, he's always on about like Ronald's always on about like, oh, Cinnabon Jovi's taking money out of my mouth and
Yeah.
Iggy Pop Eyes and blah blah blah. And I always just go, yeah, 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 you're insane or whatever. And then one time it was like in Cleveland at Beachland Ballroom, there was this band opening, and all of a sudden, Burger King Diamond was
Like,
came out and was singing for this band that was opening for us. And Ronald grabbed me and he goes, I talked to the security guards and asked them why they would let him in here. And they said they didn't know what I was talking about. And I think they're telling me a whopper. And I'm like, oh, come on. Okay. This was all about that punchline,
yeah,
really? But Burger King Diamond ended up in the Mac Sabbath coloring book.
right.
So I think that's a curveball that I managed to, take the villain and put him in. We managed to put him into the story.
Yeah, yeah.
And the coloring book that comes with a pair of buns flexi-disc. So I think that's the answer to your question.
That's a really good curveball. I think the tour is also a good curveball. That if you're able to throw that back to the universe and still survive it, then yeah, it's a win-win, right?
Mad balls.
Bad boss,
Gross for
definitely.
one, gross for all.
3 words that you would like to say to Chicago?
3. Oh,
3
only
words. Got to be
3?
3 on that one.
No ketchup, really?
And without naming any bands, what part of the drive-through culture inspires you most creatively right now? So, without naming any names or bands or anything, what part of the drive-through culture inspires Mac Sabbath more so right now?
Or part of the drive through metal culture?
Yeah. Because I mean, like went over what was it, Cinnabon Jovi and everything. I mean, like, and I know some Cinnabons are drive-throughs, so I just want to make sure that we cover all these standards, bro.
Well, Ronald is so on about inventing drive through metal that he doesn't acknowledge any other drive through metal as being real. So I couldn't really name something that would inspire him, only anger him and incite.
That's the inspiration.
Yeah. Oh, I suppose so.
Yeah, yeah,
I suppose that.
yeah. That's where he gets the punchlines and everything from that big inspiration.
Yes. Yes.
I love that.
Yes. It incites madness.
And how
It
do you
turns to art.
and being their manager, how do you shuffle through the chaos?
Very difficultly. Is that a word?
Yeah, difficultly it could be a word for us today.
Yeah, it is very hard because he insists that he teleports through this wormhole in the time-space continuum and that any modern thing will like interrupt it. So I I'm unable to get any like streaming happening or any of regular music industry stuff. So that's what we do is we revert to 70s technology. That's how we shuffle through it really is we make albums and put them in pop-up books instead of being on spot
Yeah, who the fuck is that,
yeah,
right?
whatever that thing is
That's
called.
what I say. That's the whole reason I made Music Coast was to be different from everybody else, like Spotify and
Right.
everything.
Right.
So that's why every time anybody says something about Spotify, I'm like, fuck yeah, fuck yes, fuck yeah, fuck them. Spot a who, spot a what, spot a
I
what,
don't know. I
spot
don't
a
know.
he, spot a who.
Yeah.
Um,
And the
uh,
iGoons.
iGoons, yeah, that's another one. After Riot Fest, what new mischief or creative twists are already calling Mac Sabbath's name?
There is a cruise by the name out of Miami by the name of Monsters of Rock Cruise.
Okay.
And that is going to happen with Mac Sabbath and Zach Wild's band is playing. Black Label Society
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
the Darkness and Lita Ford and I think Derry Queensryche is on that one.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, like, really, you guys tour with some really, really talented musicians. And I know the band that you manage is extremely talented. I've talked to you off camera too and told you how much I love it.
Yeah.
But like, really, even the openers that you guys have at some shows and stuff are just like heavy hitters. Like, they're not light. Like, how do you guys shuffle through picking who's going to come with you?
I try to find things that don't make any sense that to play with the band
I can see.
that I absolutely love and would love to see it all together and like the Schizophonics and Dak.
Yeah, yeah.
We just did Schizophonics and Dak are just incredible and I thought that was just like the three-ring circus that everybody needed to see. So
I needed that, and you
yeah.
gave it to me as a gift, and I love that, bro. Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Stay hungry.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a choice between Drive Thru and waiting, you just got to follow the motto of Twisted Sizzler, I guess,
Yeah, I love that, man. All right. Thank you so much, Mike, giving me this time, man.
Yeah.